Good morning, folks. Heading over to the trail that I plan to hike today. We're trying to beat the heat of the day as much as I can, although it's still going to be warm. Supposed to get up into mid 70s at least. I was here, when was I here? 2022, and I did find a decent place to get ashore down there, so we'll see if that holds. Beautiful day. It's been a series of really wonderful days. I feel like the Lord has really blessed me with one of the best trips I think I've ever had to Temagami in terms of just day after day of good weather. It's a little warm at times, but better than having rain the whole time, and I'm able to manage the solar pretty well. So far, I think I've several times mentioned that my aft, I've got one panel that's failed, and that's taking out my system for charging the AC 200p. So far I haven't had to use it much. I've been primarily using that for internet use, and so I don't overuse the battery. I do have my backup to that battery as well. I'm down to the last week, less than a week, so I shouldn't have an issue. Some cloudy weather, I think, coming Saturday. So they're forecasting a little bit of rain, but not much. All right, now I need to focus on where I'm going to go in here. It seemed to me there was two ways it could come down. One place had kind of a board. Let's go over here and check this one out first. The better one over there, but we'll take a look here first anyway. Yeah, this should work. Question is, which log do I use? I think I'll use the other one. Should be able to get up okay without making a big mess. All right, folks, we're heading up the hill. I got ashore without getting soaked. Forgot to bring my phone holster, so I may have to use my back pocket. Kind of a steep hill here. I think last year I went to the east, so this year I'm going to go to the west. Depending on the conditions, we'll see. Yeah, last time there was a lot of flooding too, so it looks like the flooding is still here. So I suppose the beavers got it dammed up. Well, it's not quite as flooded. The road looks like it's passable for four-wheelers. We'll go up here, you'll be able to see the road. And there's definitely been four-wheelers back here, so it's used. Of course, probably grouse season, so not surprised. Here you can see the flooded road. It's drained out considerably since I was here last. But it looks like the four-wheelers still go around. They don't bother. Well, here's some tracks. So somebody went in. But this was all heavily flooded last time. But we'll go west this time. And I'm going to be pretty quiet because I'd like to sneak up on some wildlife. Reasonably cool here in the trees too. Well, I got a few pictures of woodpecker. I don't know if they turned out, but they move around so fast so it's hard to get a shot. In fact, I think I should change the shutter to 1,000th so I catch that motion. That's been it though, just woodpeckers. That's all I hear. Not even a rough grouse. Got my bear spray with me in case I need it. History shows that after 4 trips, I still have yet to see a bear or a moose in this country. So I'd like to get a picture of a pileated woodpecker. It's a good country for them. Very peaceful. It's got that smell of fall. Leaves are starting to turn. And the aspens. Saw some maples the other day. They were changed. Oh, we'll walk down here and see if we can see something. There's so far nothing except those woodpeckers. Haven't seen any sign either. Beautiful fall day. I'm very grateful that the weather's been so favorable that I can enjoy these sorts of walks in the woods. Lake down to our left here, you can see some of the water through the trees there. Kind of a remote lake, no access other than by foot. Yeah, we're going to go down here at least another quarter mile and then we'll decide whether to turn around or keep going. Somebody had been through with a four-wheeler in the last 4 or 5 days, I think, probably over the weekend. Tracks are pretty fresh. There's huge pines around here. I just took a picture of one. And unfortunately, I couldn't have a reference for you other than trees around it. I can just maybe reach about halfway around it, at least a 10-foot circumference. There's another lake off to the right. As we get down here further, I'm not sure how close we get to it though. Here, a big tree fell there. They had to cut to get access through the road here. They have a trail coming down to the lake here that's back in the woods. I don't know what the name, if there is a name for this lake. There's no access other than this four-wheeler trail. And it looks like they have it set up so you can camp. Oh, that's not the smoothest ground there. And it looks like it probably hasn't been used for a long time. Pretty quiet. We'll use this as our turnaround point and head back up the hill. Alright, I'm just coming back from my hike. Ready to head back to the boat. Now I just need to get off the shore here. So far I've been able to do this without getting wet. Amazing. Sometimes it's tricky to do that. Coming into places that aren't very developed, full of mud, that sort of thing. So here we go. Back to the boat. The sun is too bright on the back side when I turn it around. So we'll go on this shore, going home. Out here there's a little breeze which helps. Well, I walked about a mile one way and then turned back, so 2-mile walk, a little over half a mile of kayaking by the time I'm back. Lots of logs and stuff in here. I should try some fishing. I've not been doing much fishing, but I don't have weedless lures. And in here you'd be stuck in trees all the time. There's so many dead trees on the bottom of the lake, or this bay at least. I'm not sure why that is, but they're all over the place. Big ones too. There's great big logs. I suppose they get a strong north wind and they blow in. Beautiful fall day. Interesting. Almost pebbly like rocks along the bottom. Full of obstacles though. So for fishing you're going to have your challenges there. The rest of the day is pretty much relaxed time. Big pines along in here. But you can see all the debris here on the edge of the trapped against the shore. There's a shot of kind of that pebbly bottom that I'm seeing. Right there on the shore, you can see it. There's supposed to be a portage over in here. I never did find it last time I was here, but I thought we'll check again. Maybe somebody used it now. Whoops. There's that pebbly beach I'm talking about. All little tiny rocks along the shore here. I think this is where the creek comes in. And that's where the portage is supposed to be. Up along that creek. You hear the wind starting to crank up in the trees. But just, I don't think I think this is where I came last time. This big old tree. But when you get closer and start looking at it, you can see it's not a portage. It's just a open hillside kind of. Whoops. I think I did that last time. Hit that tree out of the water. Well, that's enough roaming around. Let's go back to the boat. Breeze is coming up. Another beautiful sunny fall day with a little nice light breeze to keep things cooler, despite the fact that we've got pretty good heat today. Like I said, at mid 70s, maybe high 70s. There's home sweet home. Let the wind blow us down on the boat here. Good evening, folks. I'm just waiting for sundown before I start the fire. It's pretty warm actually, so I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt, which I don't normally wear because of I can't be exposed to the sun very much or I'll get sun poisoning on my arms. At least another half hour, 45 minutes. Just to recap the day, I did go kayaking earlier and also hiking. I think I did what round trip was 2 miles hiking and just under a mile for the kayaking. It's been kind of warm. I did cut some more firewood, split that, carried it down to the boat so I have it for the next few days of fires if possible. And then I took a swim because I was all sweaty from all the work and activities today. So I jumped in the lake. I didn't check the temperature, but I'm sure it was around 68. Cool, but and brisk, but you know, it wasn't enough to hurry out of the water. It was reasonably comfortable and felt really good, very refreshing. And then I made dinner. I had grilled chicken, potatoes, salad, and white wine. I didn't have, normally I have rolls, but I just didn't feel I had the appetite for it tonight, and I'll be short of rolls anyway, so skip those tonight, and now I'm just going to enjoy the evening with the fire and the quiet of the evening, listening for the nature's sounds. I haven't seen any loons down here or heard any loons, so I may not hear those tonight, but we'll be listening. And even wolves or coyotes. We're hopeful. We will talk to you tomorrow. I'm going to be moving out tomorrow in the morning after I'll probably fly the drone before I leave and then head out. So we'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Sun is down, fire started. We'll sit here and relax by the fire for this evening and enjoy the quiet of the forest and the setting and the still water that's out beyond the fire here.